Picture this alternate history, where America never becomes a superpower. No Grand Canyon National Parks, no Hollywood, no Silicon Valley. The United States is just a fragile strip of 13 ex-colonies on the Atlantic coast, pinned between British Canada, Spanish Florida, and a vast French wilderness to the west. A second-rate regional power, with manifest destiny stillborn before it even begins. No California gold rush, no Texas oil boom, no transcontinental railroad. The entire trajectory of global history bends in a different direction. And all of that changes because of one decision, made far from Washington. Not in Congress, not in a cabinet room, but in a steamy bathtub in Paris. It is April 1803, and Napoleon Bonaparte is soaking in scalding medicinal water. He is the master of Europe, but tonight he is a man in pain, scratching at ruined skin. His brothers Joseph and Lucien pace the marble bathroom like caged animals. Their voices rise from argument to outright screaming, echoing off the stone walls. Water splashes out of the tub, staining their expensive silk coats. They are fighting over a piece of land neither of them has ever seen. 828,000 square miles of raw, untamed wilderness. From the Gulf of Mexico to the Canadian border. From the Mississippi to the Rockies. The Louisiana Territory larger than France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Germany combined. In that bathtub, Napoleon decides to sell all of it to Thomas Jefferson's young republic. For just $15 million, about 3 cents an acre. Overnight, the United States doubles in size and steps onto the path of continental power. To modernize. It looks like history's greatest real estate bargain. A diplomatic masterstroke, proof that American negotiators outwitted Europe's greatest general. But that comfortable story is only half true. And the other half is far stranger. Napoleon was not a fool, and he was not simply outplayed by Jefferson. He did not sell Louisiana because he stopped caring about North America. In reality, Louisiana was only a supporting actor in a much bloodier drama. The true stage was a Caribbean island called Saint-Domingue, modern-day Haiti. There, a slave revolution had already shaken France's empire to its core. And there, an invisible enemy was quietly finishing the job. Mosquitoes, carrying yellow fever, cut down French soldiers faster than any British artillery. The Louisiana Purchase was the final chapter in a story written by rebellion and disease. It was the fallout from a collapsed sugar empire, not the birth of a new land ideal. To see why, we have to rewind to the year 1800 and cross the Atlantic once again. At that moment, France officially holds no continental territory in North America. Canada had been lost to Britain decades earlier, along with its lucrative fur trade. New Orleans sits under sleepy Spanish rule, a backwater near the mouth of the Mississippi. But Napoleon Bonaparte is not satisfied with Europe alone. He dreams in continents. He unveils what he calls his Western design, the rebirth of a French empire in the Americas. This time, the riches will not come from furs in frozen forests, but from sugar and coffee in the tropics. The beating heart of this vision is Saint-Domingue, France's jewel in the Caribbean. In 1789, it is the most profitable colony on Earth, the Pearl of the Antilles. It produces about 40% of Europe's sugar and 60% of its coffee. 8,000 plantations pour rivers of wealth into French coffers every year, more wealth than all 13 of Britain's American colonies once produced for London. But this glittering prosperity rests on a mountain of human misery. 500,000 enslaved Africans toil in fields from dawn until long after dark. Conditions are so brutal that most survive only a few years, then must be replaced. Planters import tens of thousands of new captives from Africa each year just to stay afloat. One planter brags that killing a fifth of his workforce annually is simply good discipline. Napoleon's plan is brutally simple. Crush the rebellion, restore slavery, restart the cash machine. Saint-Domingue will supply the money. Louisiana will supply the food and the wood. You cannot eat sugar, and you cannot build ships out of cane. The plantations need corn, pork, rice, barrels, beams, and planks. That is where the Mississippi Valley comes in, as the breadbasket and lumberyard of the empire. Farmers along the river will raise grain, meat, and timber, then float it down to New Orleans. From there, French ships will ferry it south to feed and equip the Caribbean slave camps. Louisiana, in Napoleon's mind, is never meant to be a dense French settlement. It is the farm that feeds the factory, a support system for a brutal plantation economy. Without a sugar colony to serve, Louisiana becomes a vast, useless expense. October 1800, Spain cedes Louisiana secretly back to France. In exchange, Napoleon promises Italian kingdom to Spanish prince. Toussaint Louverture rules Haiti, de facto independent black republic. Self-taught ex-slave crushes Spanish and British invasion armies. Napoleon cannot tolerate rival in his American hemisphere plans. 1801 largest expedition ever sails 20,000 elite French troops, veterans of Italy, Egypt campaigns under General Charles Leclerc. Secret orders betray Toussaint arrest, disarm, restore slavery brutally. February 1802 French ships pulverize Haiti coastal fortifications. Toussaint retreats mountains, launches scorched earth guerrilla warfare masterpiece. burns 1,200 plantations, poisons wells, ambushes every supply convoy. Toussaint prophecy reigns, bring mosquitoes, yellow fever, our army. Leclerc lures Toussaint fake peace meeting, pistol point arrest. Chains undefeated general ships him frigid French mountain prison. Guadeloupe slavery rumors spark general uprising, 20,000 fighters. Monsoon rains arrive exactly, Toussaint predicted, nature's vengeance begins. AIDS mosquitoes breed, rain puddles feast, unresistant European blood. Headache, 1004 fever, yellow skin, bleeding eyes, black vomit, death. French hospitals overflow, streets pile corpses no one buries. Leclerc begs Napoleon, no army left, only groaning hospital. November, Leclerc dies, yellow fever, age 31, leaderless doom. 50,000 French dead, worst military disaster French history. Haiti declares independence, 184 Dessalines massacres remaining French. Louisiana now worthless. No sugar colonies need Mississippi breadbasket. British Navy poise sees New Orleans, Gulf Mexico, unopposed. Napoleon bathtub summit, Joseph keep Lucian sell, immediate cash war. Napoleon pounds fist, sell entire territory. Desperate Americans immediately. Americans panic, Spain closes Mississippi River, Western economy chokes. Jefferson, New Orleans possessor, natural habitual enemy, globe single spot. Monroe, Paris by city, 10 million authorized, goes rogue. Talleyrand stuns, what give whole Louisiana, Livingston mishears. 15 million double S budget, British Barings Fund ironically. Broke America bonds, British bankers pay Napoleon gold coin. Livingston noblest work, lives America joins first rank powers. 3 flags, ceremony, New Orleans flags, tangle mid-pole.
Native empires ignored Sioux Comanche obstacles, removal trail tears.
Slavery expands, West Missouri Compromise seeds civil war. Napoleon, 15 million, builds invasion barges, Trafalgar crushes dream. Haiti slaves mosquitoes, accidentally birth American continental giant irony.
Modern USA map itself, monument, slave revolt, yellow fever.